The daily feeding grant for all inmates in Ghana's prisons is 1 cedi, 80 pesos per prisoner. Additionally, the feeding grant for pregnant women in prison does not include their incarcerated babies. Many question what happens to these babies after birth. These are some of the high points of the first interactive session between the Minister for the Interior, Mr. Owen Woyongo, and officers of the Ghana Prison Service.
Many visitors to the country's prisons describe it as deplorable. The infrastructure today accommodates more or less the initial number they were designed to hold. Currently, the total inmate population at Ghana's prisons stands at 14,585. Some major challenges include overcrowding, poor ventilation, poor sanitation, feeding and inadequate water supply, and the issue of long periods on remand. With a current staff strength of 5,673, officers are responsible for the safe custody, welfare, reformation and rehabilitation of the prisoners. Accommodation for staff still remains a challenge for the Ghana Prison Service. Some of their barracks are in poor state. Lack of logistics such as vehicles, riot combat, face masks, bulletproof vests, as well as body shields are hampering the effective discharge of their duties. Out of the 157 vehicles the service has in total, only 77 are in working condition. On his maiden visit to the prison service, Mr. Owen Woyongo said the government stands by its resolve to improve conditions in the country's prisons. He mentioned in particular the issue of prison congestion and called for the laws to be reviewed to address their challenges.
I have visited 1 or 2 prisons. The last one was the Navrongo prison, which is my district. So, controller, what I saw there wasn't, worth commenting on. That is why I think that we should review our laws, make provision for non-custodial centers.
On the issue of remand for long periods for minor offences, he said there are other punitive measures for minor offenders and to reintegrate them back into society. He suggested ways to decongest the prisons.
A hungry man goes to steal a bunch of bananas and he's arrested, sent to court. He admits that, well, I've stolen with explanation, I'm hungry. Then you say he should go in for 3 months. And government, you and all of us are feeding him for 3 months. Such a person should have told him, look, go to Accra Metropolitan Assembly, you help Zoom Lion to clean for 1 week. Instead of putting him into prison and he becomes a liability on government.
Mr. Woyongo was concerned over the deplorable conditions in the female cells and said government will ensure proper reproductive health care for the female prisoners. He urged them to continue to maintain discipline and high standards.